What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another cam video for you guys. Now this video is a shocker. This is video of an unfortunate crime that took place, and I thought this was interesting to share, and I wanted to go through it with you guys and just get your thoughts on it as well. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you like more of this content. Hit that like button, share the video, and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
On July 7th in Millersville, Maryland, two officers arrived at the home of Eric Banks Jr. after his wife reported that their 15-year-old son, Dason, was potentially missing. The report was relatively standard for them, but the reality awaiting them is more horrifying than they could have imagined.
Son, I'm on. Just letting you know.
Officers report hearing loud bangs from the upstairs of the home. However, nobody comes to answer the door. After multiple minutes of waiting, an out-of-breath Eric finally greets the officers.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on today, man?
You're supposed to be serving peace protective order.
Supposed to be serving it on you or on
Both of us.
Okay.
The judge just ordered us to stay away from each other.
Okay.
Sit down, buddy. Sit
Do
down.
you all have some sort of like court order agreement on custody or something?
My oldest, I know he ran out the back door somewhere. All his stuff by the back door.
He ran out.
What's going on, boss? I know you get
DJ.
I know you get tired of seeing us.
Where's DJ?
She called him and he went out the back door.
He's not here.
No. You want to come in?
Just let you know you're being audio.
Oh, hey, I know. I see I got the body cam.
Yeah.
She said he was like,
Do you have a phone?
huh? I took my phones back.
Okay.
Yeah. So all the phones are on my plan. Separating everything.
And you have no idea where if you just let a 15-year-old walk out of your house with all his bags packed.
No, his bag's at the back door. I literally told him, wait for your mom to get here. The police supposed to come here to serve her a peace protective order. The judge told her to call you guys before she comes here. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
I understand.
Eric and his wife Latrice had both individually filed a protective order against each other, making it illegal to speak to one another without a police escort. However, since Eric is not the biological father of Dason, Latrice had custodial rights to him, which is why he was packing his belongings as he and Latrice were preparing to leave the residence. Dason's disappearance on the very day he and his mom were supposed to move out makes the situation even more unusual. So officers continue speaking with Eric, hoping to understand the family dynamic and gather any clues that might point to where Dason is. But what Eric says next only raises their suspicions even further.
And first off, when they were knocking on the door and they heard banging sounds, what was he doing? You know, he's making banging sounds. They could hear it from outside. And why are you so out of breath and sweating and raising your shirt up? Because you're up to no good, honey. Up to no good. So him and the ex-wife were not together, breaking up, and she's leaving the residence and taking her son with her. But my question is, where was she? So I guess she was, I don't know where she was, and the son was still there. And then now he's claiming that the son must have, where did he go? He went out the back. What did he do? How did he disappear? Like, what happened? You know what I mean? It's curious from the beginning, honestly. But let's continue.
She's supposed to call you to come meet
You don't
you.
have no idea where DJ is.
Honestly, bro, no. I like
With no phone or anything.
you can check the ADT. It shows when he ran out the
I
door.
believe you, but I mean,
I'm not gonna fight. I'm not
I
gonna do
know,
that.
listen, man, it's a 15-year-old boy. Having a phone probably would have been, if he's walking out of the house, probably would have been a good idea to leave him with. And you can work out those kinks later.
See, this is the thing.
This is getting messy, man.
Yeah, I tried to tell him. I said, sit here, wait for your mom to get here. I went upstairs. Before I could come downstairs, he's already going out the back door. So I guess she coordinated, because she's somewhere in the area, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
So she pretty much coordinated with him to come out there.
Okay. All right, hang tight.
All right.
All right.
Sitting beside Eric are his two sons, 5-year-old Evan Banks and 3-year-old Tristan Banks. Officers didn't know it at the time, but these two would play a pivotal role in uncovering the horrifying scene that just happened inside their home. But for now, Officer Sutton goes back to his patrol vehicle to run a registration. He identifies the suspect as 34-year-old Eric Banks Jr., an officer for the Baltimore Police Department. He's been an active officer since 2018 and also carries 10 years of service in the United States Marine Corps. After speaking with neighbors of Eric, who provided minimal additional information, officers would confront Eric once again, this time sternly, to figure out what was going on. It's here that Eric would explain his alibi, one he had come up with just minutes ago.
Found out about the whole situation. His mom.
That's neither here nor there.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. Me and him sat at the table. He cried to me yesterday. He said he don't want this separation. He's like, we'll be separated before. He said he's tired of it. He's tired to feel like he has to choose sides. He's a teenager. He knows where he don't want to be. He's like, I don't want to be in separate homes. That. And we said that to him. I said, DJ, it's nothing really we could do. I'm not going to change you. I love you, care for you. We had a whole deep heart-to-heart conversation. Today we went to court. The judge awarded him, and I called him. I said, DJ, I guess your mom told the judge you wanted to go with her, and you're going to Arizona. He's like, what? I was like, well, start packing your bags, because you're going to Arizona with your mom. Unfortunately, I guess you're not coming back here. And that was just that. She called him. They had a conversation. I said, "What did your mom say? She on the way to come pick you up?" He said, "Yeah, but she's supposed to come here." I said, "Well, we're gonna wait because before she come here and there's some type of altercation, there needs to be police here. They can escort her, grab her, whatever she needs to grab, and go about this piece." Next thing you know, I went upstairs. I come out.
So do you think did he leave here because he didn't want to go with his mom either?
That could be.
He could be like hiding out at a friend's house. I mean, yes,
yeah.
That's what he was trying to make it seem like, oh, DJ was so upset and, you know, he didn't want to go with his mom and you had to have a conversation with him to calm him down so he won't do anything irrational. Like, you know, he was so upset that he had to be split between homes. And maybe that was the case, but he's making it to be out to be more than what it is. Now, I don't know what the issues were, but clearly something went wrong. And I think the police are just trying to get to the bottom of it because he's sitting here saying that the boy just left. Why would he just leave if he's waiting for his mother to pick him up? And so that is his alibi or a statement or whatever that, oh, he just left and you didn't go behind him. You didn't go try to stop him. You didn't say, hey, where are you going, DJ? Your mother is on her way to get you. Like, stay here. Don't you leave this house. He just up and ran out the house because he was so upset and you have no idea where he's going and he doesn't have a phone or anything. That sounds odd, you know? And so I think that's what the police are listening to and they realize something is not adding up. Child, let's continue.
Officers would spend another 15 minutes canvassing the area in hopes of finding Dason, but would again come up clueless. So they decide to try calling Dason's mother, Latrice, but are unable to get a hold of her either. So in a desperate attempt to find a relevant lead, they decide to ask Eric if he'd voluntarily consent to a search inside the home, hoping Dason may be hiding inside. No one expected that this simple request would soon alter both their and Eric's lives forever.
I just want to make sure he's out of the house.
That's fine. I'll do it with you then, since we're here.
Hey, but can I throw one so make sure he's not hiding? Yeah, so they about to walk in. If he's about to walk in, we got out.
Why would he be hiding though? This is insane.
That's your room.
The one with the bunk bed right here?
Yeah. This is the kids' room. DJ! This is my room right here. Oh, yeah, he's jumping. He's told up. He's not hiding.
In Officer Adams' report of the incident, he notes that at this point in their home search, Eric's demeanor had changed. He advised Eric to relax and let them freely search the home. They proceed to make their way to the third floor of the home.
All right, I'll see this up. Is this always down? No, this is where my safe is. Yeah. So this is where my okay. You got your little weight on your side?
Yes, I do.
You got a light back up? Okay.
Oh my God, look at him. Oh.
It might dim on you. You get the battery.
What's up?
Oh,
95.
no.
95. All right. What's up, bro? 95.
Inside the hole in Eric's
that
bedroom
sound?
lies Dason's deceased
Oh my
body,
God.
already cold to the touch.
Oh my
Eric forgot to fully close the hole before meeting with the officers.
So they found this boy's body in that little space in his room, child. So he done took this child, he done deleted this child and tried to cover it up and hide it, but he was up there making all that noise before when the police was knocking on the door. He was up there trying to cover up the evidence. So lying about this child, ran out the door, maybe by his friend or doing something. You done took this child's life for what reason, baby? Now, keep in mind, this is not his biological child. This is his wife's son from a previous relationship. And he done took this child out and tried to cover it up and thought he was slick and then pushed this child's body into that little crawl space, baby. This is crazy. Let's continue.
Here, let me move one thing out of your way. Agree. All right, just see for me. All right.
While Eric is being detained, Officer Voss attempts life-saving measures on Dason, noting that his condition appeared consistent with an unresponsive individual. He also notes that Dason was shirtless and that his jeans were heavily soaked with moisture from an unknown source. Outside the home, Eric is temporarily placed in the patrol vehicle, but within moments, the situation begins to spiral out of the officer's control.
Stay seated. We have one custody.
All right, yeah.
I need you to stay seated.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That won't be all
All right, go ahead. Can I just kiss my boys real quick?
Stay in the car.
Oh, just let me kiss my boys.
Stay in the car.
I'm just saying, like, just let me kiss my boys real quick, bro.
Oh, what's he
All right,
trying to
go in the car.
do?
Go in the car. I'm not going on that. I'm not going on that. I'm not
Start
going
off.
What are you
Bathroom.
doing?
I'm not going on that.
You think they gonna let you go? This is insanity, yo.
After you just... Here, listen, just
all right, stand up,
here.
turn around. Don't do anything.
I'm not.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay up against the car.
Okay.
All right, now get back in. Hey!
Oh, no, I'm not doing it. Stop. What are you doing? I just want to kiss my boy, bro. Come on. Just let me kiss my boy.
Get back in the car.
All right, come on, come on. Come on.
Hey, the mom is parked at the corner of Hilltop. Stay in there. You're not coming out no matter what.
All right, bro.
Without additional units on scene, Officer Sutton struggles to keep Eric restrained. Sutton attempts to secure Eric's handcuffs using a double lock, a mechanism that prevents cuffs from tightening or being manipulated. However, Eric uses his police experience to exploit this, and while his previous attempts at evasion have failed, he'd make one more, final, far more violent attempt to get away.
Everybody's trying to grab a gun. Everybody's trying to grab a gun. Stop. Get in the car, girl. Get in the car. Over here. Burn him out. Burn him out. Burn him out. Burn him out. On this round. 3 times thrown out.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Look at him.
Stop.
I can't stop.
Yes, you can.
It's on my wrist. And my hands going numb.
Are you gonna stop?
Yeah. My hands going numb. All right. Turn them like that.
Eric attempts to unholster Officer Sutton's service weapon, eventually managing to loosen it and nearly knocking it to the ground. Fortunately, Eric's handcuffs prevented him from causing any further harm. Dayson was declared deceased shortly after by EMS. What officers uncovered with Dayson was only the beginning. As the investigation deepens, Eric's children would reveal further secrets, painting an even darker picture of the reality behind closed doors. For now, the decision is made to take Eric, his children, and his ex-wife Latrice to the police station. Everyone would eventually make it to the station, each separated into their own individual rooms, awaiting intense interrogation. Eric would be left alone to hopefully calm down and collect his thoughts. Meanwhile, detectives speak with both Latrice and her child Evan, hoping to collect more information that can be used when speaking with their main suspect. They start with Latrice, asking her what kind of person Dayson was. At this point, detectives are considering the possibility that he and Eric may have gotten into a fight that somehow escalated into tragedy. But what Latrice describes denies that theory completely, and makes Dayson's case even more heartbreaking.
Can you describe DJ? Was he an argumentative person? Was he a quiet person?
So Dasan was more of a quiet person until he got to know you, but he was always mannered. He talked to a lot of adults, but he never was disrespectful or any of that. I had teachers from his elementary, the principal, middle school, they all showed up for my son. He was that type of child. You know when teachers come.
Would you say he was a sweet boy?
He was very sweet and always willing to help. That was one of the things across the board. Always willing to help.
In the loft, in the crawl space in the loft, what was normally kept in there?
Nothing.
Safes?
Nothing.
Now I'm wondering, when did they interview them right after? Because, and I don't want to be insensitive, but she sounds rather calm, seeing as your son has just been murdered. I just couldn't imagine myself being that calm. I don't care what. I don't think anything would be able to calm me down in that instance. So I don't know. She just seemed calm to me. That's all I'm saying. Let's continue.
It was always close.
So let's talk about that. You called me and you said that you saw him, you viewed him at the funeral home. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was before he was involved because I wanted to see him.
Right. And you saw new bruises.
Yes.
Where did you see new bruises?
On his nose. Like that circular dark mark on his upper nose. Mm-hmm. His lip looked busted also. Mm-hmm. Like that wasn't there. And then his eyes were like purple.
They were puffy and purple.
Yeah. It looked to me like he was in a fight. And my son doesn't fight.
Dayson's autopsy report ruled his cause of death as asphyxiation, which, in combination with the bruises and marks on his face, implied he was likely strangled to death.
I knew it. And he was my baby. So I knew it. I still have those feelings that, no, I'm not happy with. Because to me, it doesn't say I did it, but it says there's enough evidence to say I did it. So, let's just say you did it then.
Latrice makes it clear she believes Eric is responsible, even though she didn't witness the incident herself. But her son, Evan, seated just 3 doors down in his own interview room, has information that could take the investigation even further.
How are you? Good. Good. You said your name is Evan, is that correct? Do you know how to spell your name? You can go ahead and write it down. 7, okay, nice handwriting. And how old are you? 7. 7? You want to write 7 for me? Okay. So I don't forget. Sometimes I forget. We talk about a lot of different things in this room, and this is called the safe room because anything we talk about is always safe, and you're not in any trouble. I'm just here to listen to you and talk to you. Okay.
Miwa explains to Evan that everything is being recorded and that he is not in trouble, but rather just there to help him out. She spends 15 minutes talking about movies and more of Evan's interests to help him get more comfortable before discussing the day of Dason's murder.
And Evan, who do you live with?
My mom.
Your mom?
And Tristan.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
I live with DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad.
Okay. And do you know what you're here to talk about today?
Mm-mm.
No? So, tell me a little bit about your family.
Tristan, he likes to fight and play and steal toys from others. I like the color, and then I also like Cat's Bob and Tristan.
And you said you also live with the DJ, is that right?
Uh-huh. And my mom and Tristan.
So DJ, how old is DJ?
15.
15? Tell me about DJ.
DJ like going in the water, tickling me. Can't really remember all the stuff he used to do. But he loved playing Roblox games.
Tell me about the last time you saw DJ.
My mom wasn't at the house.
Tell me who was at the house.
Dad, and then DJ, and then me. DJ was going in Arizona with Mommy, and then Daddy was waiting at the door with DJ. DJ put his bags in the basement, and then I don't remember what happened next. That's all I remember.
Okay.
Miwa would tell Evan to draw the last time he saw Dason, and he'd draw the staircase leading to the home's loft. The same staircase Eric has dragged Dason's body up.
And so, who is this person?
That was DJ.
That was DJ? Where was Dad?
Right here.
Oh, okay. So Dad was up here and then DJ was right there? Okay. Where did they go after?
They never went anywhere. They were just waiting at the steps.
Oh, they were waiting at the steps? Who was he waiting for? Or what was he waiting for?
And he was waiting till Mom came.
Now he probably did something to that kid right by the stairs, and then drug his body to that little area, that crawl space or whatever you call it. Maybe they had a disagreement. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. But whatever happens probably happened on that stairwell, and that little child saw that part. And then after that, he didn't see him. So whatever he did it to him there and then drug his body to the other spot, I'm assuming. Child. And there will be evidence on you, and people will still deny it to the end. Anyway, y'all, let's continue.
DJ.
Did that happen?
No.
Not yet. Was there anything that you worried about on that day?
No.
I wonder if there's anything that you were scared about that day.
I wasn't scared.
Evan struggles to reveal the details of the events he saw that day, likely due to the discomfort of speaking with a stranger in a police station. But the information he gave his mother on the day of the incident provides far clearer insight into the disturbing events he saw.
You said that one of your children said something to you? Evan, and what did Evan say?
That he saw Daddy bringing DJ upstairs. And I said, where were you? And he said he was in the living room. I just didn't want to pry too much, but then I said, oh, was DJ sleeping? He said, no, he wasn't snoring. And then I said, was he moving? And he was just like, no. And then he also told me that Daddy made him and Tristan go in the bathroom and cover their eyes.
Okay.
But this was before. This was when the police first knocked at the door.
Okay.
Evan didn't say anything about the knock because he told him to go in the bathroom first. So I'm a little confused of the order. So I don't know if that's maybe when he was gonna let the police in. But Evan did say he saw that. And he was in the living room because he told me he was watching Loki.
In addition to these grim details, Latrice would go on to explain how Eric's life had begun to collapse, all in synchrony. Due to the protective peace order Latrice had filed, Eric was suspended from the Baltimore Police Department the very same day of Dason's.
That could have been his motivation. That's why they're making that, pointing that out. That could have been his motivation. He was mad. His stepson was being taken away from him. His world was collapsing and falling apart, and he just lost it. I'm just assuming that is what happened, and he lost it and took it out on that poor child. Let's continue, though.
Separated from his wife, was about to lose his children, and was now left without a job. Latrice also explained that the peace order she filed was not her first attempt to separate herself from Eric. Months prior, Latrice filed her first peace protective order, writing, "I am in fear for my life and well-being because Eric Banks keeps trying to control, follow, and emotionally abuse myself and my sons." The order was denied, however, and it wasn't until months later that her second attempt was granted. It was clear Eric's life was falling apart leading up to Dayson's death. Eric is placed into Anne Arundel County Interview Room 2B. This room was designed for priority matters, exclusive to high-profile cases. The primary investigator assigned to this case is Detective Louis Adrian. His prior service in the United States military likely factored into the department's strategic choice to have him conduct the interview.
I could tell that my son was like depressed, and he was going through and that's really what our trip to on the first was like, just to try to get him away, get him out. We sat down at the table, and I'm like, "What's going on with you? How are you feeling about this? Where are you at with this?" And he's like, honestly, I don't know. He's like, "I hate it. I don't want to feel like I'm choosing sides. I just want to be left alone, everybody." Because then it's like they're calling me, telling me this and this and that, and it's like I gotta keep certain things from you. He's like, I don't want to be a part of this. He's like, "I'm tired." So I say, "Just go and start packing your bags." And he's like, "Okay." We wait. I get my paperwork. I come home, and on my way home, it's like I just felt like I was done. Like, you know what? Today's gonna be the day I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like my family's falling apart. I'm suspended from work. Possibly gonna lose my job. So it's like situation
building.
Keep going. It's like vendetta. And I even sent a text and said, "I don't know why we feel like we have to be at war.
Right.
Like we shouldn't have to be at war." It's like if you out here lying to these guys, telling like you gotta guess what are you trying to move in with them? You know, telling them that you're living in hotels when you're not. You're staying with your mom. Like what are you doing? So at this point, it's like, you know what? I'm just tired.
Yeah, you're tired of it.
Yeah,
it's a way out to get peace. I get. Yeah, a lot of people go through that, man.
Yeah, and it was like nothing. I felt like everything was just coming to an end, and I feel like that now. Like honestly, everything was coming to an end. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. It is what it is.
So when you got home yesterday, was there anyone in the house?
Yes, it was. The son was in the house.
Okay.
Evan was in the house, and Tristan was in the house.
So you go in there and you're doing all this stuff, right?
I go in there and I go in there. I see him upstairs. Like he got his bags packed. I had to go and take your stuff downstairs when your mom's come, and she called him. It's like mom's calling. He was like, "What do I say to her?" I was like, tell her, just talk to her. Like she called me, whatever. And he answers the phone, and they have a conversation. And that's when I'm like, "Okay, what'd she say to you?" She said she's gonna be in the area. Just bring my stuff downstairs. I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "So the police should be coming, and when he come, everything goes smoothly."
This is the moment where Eric's act begins. Notice how he begins looking blankly into the ceiling as he recounts critical moments. For the last hour, Eric hardly looked up to the ceiling once.
I go downstairs, and I'm in the kitchen. The bag of crushed up pills that I had was right there. The son came downstairs. He asked me something. He was like, what did he say? He came downstairs. He asked me something, and I can't remember his exact words. But he was like, asked me, was it about? I think it was leave or something like that. I said to son, just wait. We're not gonna because he was like, I don't want to go. He was just telling me that he didn't want to go and shit like that. I said, look, just wait. We're not gonna talk about shit because I'm gonna take your brothers to your mom's house and I was coming back. I said, if your mom gets here with the police before I get back, unfortunately, you gotta go with her. That's just the way it is. He's upstairs. I'm with Tristan. I told Tristan, I said, Tristan, go get your shoes. Tristan said, okay. So Tristan goes upstairs, he gets his shoes. And he comes, he's like, Daddy, what's wrong with DJ? I'm like, huh? So I go upstairs, and DJ's in the bathroom, and he's in the tub. And that's when I seen him. I was like, what the fuck? That's why I pulled him out the tub, and as I'm pulling him out the tub, I laid him flat on his back on the floor. And then I'm not sure, I think it was Evan or Tristan. He was like, Daddy, somebody at the door. And I'm just looking at my feet, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what the fuck?
Eric makes his story clear. He had planned to end his life, but coincidentally, Dayson had the same plan and did it first. It's an extremely complex alibi and only becomes more unlikely after Eric explains why Dayson's body ended up hidden inside his bedroom.
Right, because that's what I want to know too. So he was in the tub, he was trying to drown himself allegedly. Then somebody was at the door. So if you stopped him, then he should be alive. By the time the police was at the door, he should have been okay. You could have stopped him and, came downstairs with him, with the police to make sure he's safe and stopped. If that's what he was trying to do to himself. Allegedly, he's making this up as he goes. He's making it up to try to save face so he won't be charged for the murder of this child. Let's continue.
So I go downstairs, I go to the front door. The officer's there.
Okay.
And I panic. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to say. So he asked me, he was like, hey, what's going on? I start talking to him, telling him what's going on. What did he say? He said, so what's the situation? And I told him about the situation. I was like, my wife, she's supposed to wait on y'all to come, you know, y'all supposed to be serving her with a piece of protective order. And when he's like, she's like, yeah, she's supposed to be picking up Elsa. And he was like, is she here? And at the time, he was upstairs on the floor, in the bathroom. When he said, was she here? My mind, I was like, no.
Okay. Yeah. You panicked.
Yeah. Because it already looked bad, I already moved him. And I was like,
well, you got him out of the bath.
Yeah. Was it? And then when I got out of the bathtub, I asked the officer, and it's the most body one camera on. You can see, I asked him, like, can I go in the house, use the bathroom real quick? I remember asking that. He was like, no, just wait. Okay. Then the other officer showed up. And then when he showed up, he's asking, he's like, so, is this on here? Still the same thing. Okay, I should have said yes. You know,
yeah, I knew my perfect world.
Objectively, Eric's story hits all the points. He has an excuse for almost every suspicious detail, even finding a way to explain why was found all over his house. The issue is that these details are simply too coincidental to ever sound believable. And even Eric knows this.
I don't know why, I just was like, I gotta move him. I picked him up, did the fireman carry, took him out of the bathroom, into the master bedroom, up the stairs. And I was like, because I know they're gonna want to come back in the house and search it. I was like, I'm gonna be cool, I'm fine with that. I was gonna let them search it. And I tucked him in, the area, and I left the thing open.
So when you say the area, you're talking like
a
crawl space. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But getting back to when they came in, they searched the house, they went upstairs, and they seen the thing open. That's when the officer, when he asked, I panicked and I was like, yeah, this is where I keep my safe, blah, 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 whatever. But the sign was in there.
The detectives decide to take a break and discuss what their next plans would be. At this point, they both know Eric is lying to their faces. So the goal for the rest of the interrogation will be to get Eric to admit to his lies and ultimately confess to the murder. To do this, they decide on Detective Adrian conducting the rest of the interrogation alone. Since one-on-one confrontation is generally considered to be more effective, Adrian would return with a clearly different demeanor from earlier. He's stern and wastes no time in asserting that his nice cop act is over.
Are you good? Do you need anything before we get started again?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure? All right. So Detective DePietro had to step aside just for a second. But what I wanted to do, like I told you, I wanted to come back and go back over some things with you. Okay. I actually want to go back and in detail just go through some of these steps.
Eric would recount his story exactly the same as before, claiming he simply found Jason and had nothing to do with it. And it seemed as though Detective Adrian had nothing concrete to combat Eric's lies. That was until he brought out Jason's autopsy report.
And I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Yeah.
You keep talking about the autopsy. The autopsy said he was strangled.
Hell no.
The autopsy said he was strangled.
No, you can't say hell no, man. That people did the autopsy. They found out that the little boy was strangled. You're saying something different. Man, this is crazy. Like, what? So he allegedly, from what I'm gathering, he put that boy in the tub maybe and strangled him in there. And then that's why he was wet and his shirt was off. And then you went and put him in that crawl space and then act like you didn't know where he was. This is some shit, I'm telling you. Let's see if he confessed, child. Let's continue.
DJ was not strangled. DJ, like I told you, DJ went downstairs, he came back upstairs, and DJ was in that tub. Like I said, when I came in that room, he was in the tub. When I grabbed him out, I grabbed him like this, and I pretty much put him in the fireman's carry. When they left, I could drag them up to my room. If that's the case, I would have left him in there or had them come in there to be like, but DJ wasn't no strangle. There was no way DJ wasn't no strangle.
Note Eric's lack of emotion when hearing this information. No tears are shed, but rather an array of defensive rage. This, alongside the other countless red flags Eric is portraying, is a telltale sign for detectives that a suspect is lying.
I have nothing against him to want to strangle him. Nothing. Okay. No anger in my heart, no nothing. Because then, like I say, if I was going to do that, why would I leave my other two boys? If I was going to do that, I would have took all of us out. DJ was not no strangle.
So he strangled himself, sir? Somebody did it. Did the ghost do it? Was there a ghost involved? Let's continue.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the way this is gonna be something you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life.
Yes, sir.
This is something you are gonna have to think about every night before you close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, you're gonna think about what you did to him. That's what you're gonna think about. You're gonna think about what you did to him, and it's gonna haunt you for the rest of your life. Or what you can do is you can talk to me. You can tell me what really happened, and at least that load will be off your chest.
See, I'm telling you right now, there's no, like, you're telling me to say I strangled my son. There's nothing I can say. I say I already know y'all done your homework, laid it all out on the table. I say because there's nothing I can say just because I already lied twice. I say he wasn't at home. I identified that. I messed that up because then I see my son is dead.
Okay. All right. Do you I'm gonna leave you alone for a little bit to think about things. But do you want anything else to drink or anything to eat? I'm good with the water and the chips. Okay. Give me just a second, man.
Okay.
All right. You need anything else?
No, sir.
All right.
As the detective leaves, Eric scans the room thoroughly and finally notices the camera hidden inside room 2B. Moments after making eye contact with the camera, he lets out one last desperate act.
Strangle? I don't know.
Unfortunately, it'd be too late to act his way out of the murder. Eric's testimony was flimsy at best, and Detective Adrian decided he'd gotten enough to wrap the nearly 5-hour interview up. Shortly thereafter, Eric was booked into the Anne Arundel County Detention Center under charges of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and child abuse resulting in death. At trial, Eric would quickly accept a plea deal to second-degree murder, as well as attempting to disarm a police officer. And on October 4th, 2022, he was sentenced to 42 years in prison. If Eric serves his full sentence, he'll be released in 2064.
Damn. All of that lying, and these people had the information, took that child's life, y'all. This is such a tragic story. What was his motive behind it? I guess we'll never know. But this was sad, y'all. But listen, once again, y'all let me know what you think of this video. Please chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Hit the like button, y'all, if you like this type of content. I want to hear from you. So let me know your thoughts, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.
DeeDeesReactions.